Humans were smart. So were the others. Humans invented electricity and plumbing. The others controlled all the rivers that could power the generators and all the lakes that supplied fresh drinking water. Humans invented steam engines and central heating. The others controlled all the fuel needed to run the engines and heat the buildings. Humans invented and manufactured products. The others controlled all the natural resources, thereby deciding what would and wouldn't be made in their part of the world. There were collisions, of course, and some places became dark memorials for the dead. Those memorials finally made it clear to human government that the terra indigene ruled Thasia, and nothing short of the end of the world would change that. So it comes to this current age. Small human villages exist within vast tracts of land that belong to the others. And in larger human cities, there are fenced parks called courtyards that are inhabited by the others, who have the task of keeping watch over the city's residents and enforcing the agreements the humans made with the terra indigene. There is still sharp-toothed tolerance on one side, and fear of what walks in the dark on the other. But if they are careful, the humans survive. Most of the time, they survive. Chapter 1. Nudged awake by his bedmate's restless movements, Simon Wolfgard yawned, rolled over on his belly, and studied Meg Corbyn. She'd kicked off most of the covers, which wasn't good for her since she didn't have fur and could end up catching a chill. To a terra indigene wolf, catching something meant you wanted it, and he couldn't think of a single reason a human would want a chill, but apparently humans did, and could catch one in cold weather. And even in the last days of Febros, the northeast region of Thasia was plenty cold. Then again, if she started feeling chilly, she'd cuddle up closer to him, which was sensible since he had a good winter coat and, being a wolf, liked the closeness. If someone had told him a few weeks ago that he would befriend a human and care enough to watch over her at night, he would have laughed his tail off. But here he was, in Meg's apartment in the Green Complex, while his nephew Sam stayed with his sire Elliot at the Wolfgard complex. Before the attack on the Lakeside Courtyard earlier in the month, he and Sam had cuddled up with Meg to nap or even sleep through the night. But things had happened that night when men had come to abduct Meg and Sam. For one thing, Meg had almost died while saving Sam from those men. For another, something had happened to him on the way to the hospital, causing him to feel out of control anger. He had suspicions about what had happened, which was why Sam, who was still a puppy and lacked self-control, no longer slept with him when he curled up with Meg. Meg told people her height was 63 inches because, she said, that sounded taller than being 5 feet something. She was 24 years old, had weird orange hair that was growing out to its natural black, clear gray eyes like some of the wolves, and fair skin. Strange and fragile skin that scarred so easily. She was a Cassandra Sangue, a blood prophet. A female who saw visions and spoke prophecy whenever her skin was cut. Whether it was a formal cut with her special razor, or a gash caused by a sharp rock, she saw visions of what could happen in the future. The sanguinati referred to females like Meg as sweet blood, because, even when they were adults, these women retained the sweetness of a child's heart. And that sweetness, combined with the blood swimming with visions, made them not prey. Made them Named's creation, both wondrous and terrible. Maybe made them something more terrible than the terra indigene had imagined. He would deal with the terrible if and when he had to. For now, Meg was Meg, the courtyard's human liaison, and his friend. She began making noises and pumping her legs as if she were running.